How you doing, everybody? I'm welcome back, family. It's great that tomorrow is 4th of July because it's going to help us forget about what's happening right now in the current state of the market for both crypto and equities, because this video is going to be a nice overview, a rundown of what's to come, what we expect to come for this upcoming week for the entire cryptocurrency market. Are we seeing another crash? Are we seeing a breakthrough? Are we seeing a sideways trading and much more? Well, that is what we're going to be talking and just giving you my opinions, right? What you're seeing right now on the screen is an arch. That's what we saw the last 2 weeks, right? For Bitcoin and for most of the other altcoins, right? June has been a play of emotions for a lot of people. To start, a lot of exchanges are becoming insolvent. I don't know if you've seen the news, right? But when we have the price of Bitcoin and altcoins dropping like this and not doing something that a lot of investors add that security, that confidence in the markets that are gonna, grow, well, what happens is that people wanna what? Pull out their money, right, from the exchanges, from these custodians. And what we're seeing is that Celsius, three Arch Capital, and Voyager, and even other different ones have become insolvent. And BlockFi had to sell to FTX, right, for more than $100 million. A lot of people said it was 25. That was corrected. It was more than $100 million. So to me, as an investor, and for you as a rookie or advanced investor, what does that tell you, right? Well, it tells you how fragile, how early, and how lack of regulations we have in the market right now. And although you and I know, in my opinion, the price of Bitcoin will continue rising, the price of Ethereum will continue rising, the price of the altcoins that we believe are good projects will continue rising, right? We don't know when, but we have certainty that we're putting our money to work right, and we're gonna see some nice produce later on, right? But the moment it's now, and what we have seen is the confidence in the markets are here from whales, right? I saw Michael Saylor with MicroStrategy buying more $10 million worth of Bitcoin. Are you kidding me? This week we saw El Salvador buying 80 Bitcoin. What are we seeing here? Repeating. Well, the whales that really believe in the technology and the future for Bitcoin and this and blockchain per se are buying the dip. They're buying the dip. I saw during the week some people on Twitter showing off how they've been buying sats, right, satoshis, and they finally got to 1 Bitcoin. So breaking it down, not buying 1 Bitcoin at once, because that's like $20,000. Not many people have that, but when you break it down little by little, paycheck by paycheck, you're gonna get to that level. And that's my goal too. Getting to 1 Bitcoin, I think, should be in everybody's concern and in everybody's milestone, right? So right now I'm seeing volume low. I'm seeing some few whales buying and seeing sell-offs as soon as we have a pump coming up this week. We also had AMP token for some reason explode, right? And then I said it's gonna come down, and that's what we saw. Crypto.com went from 9 cents to 13 cents last week. Now we're back to 10 cents or 11 cents right now, and there's some more bearish feeling here. I can feel it. Terra Luna. What we saw with Terra Luna, it's right here. Just a quick update here on Terra Luna LUNC. Pump, and then came down, and now sideways trading consolidating, right? Kind of waiting for what's to come. So it all tells me in the meme coin sector, in the big altcoin sector, and in Bitcoin sector, people are kind of like on the side waiting. Not saying that that we don't have capital. We do have capital. We do have money, but if you go to YouTube right now, most chances are that you're gonna see some bearish titles there, right? It's the biggest crypto crash upcoming is heading right now. Be ready or something like that. That's to come. No one really can predict the price, the bottom of Bitcoin. The price that we're looking towards to beat is the one that I'm showing you on the screen. $17,000. Now, why is that? Well, that is the lowest price we had in this year, 2022, and the previous year, 2021, right? That's the lowest that we saw in the run. And it is beautiful, in my opinion, that we haven't gone lower there yet. But we still have July and August during the summer. Anything can happen. It's fair play, fair game. What I think is that as we continue hearing from other different players in the industry, if they become insolvent, if for some reason a big player turns to that, right? If we have, I don't know, crypto.com, Coinbase, which I hopefully don't want to see, and I don't think it's going to happen, but you never know. They can always surprise us with bad news, right, during these times. But I mean, like I said, I don't think it's going to happen. That really is going to kind of put even more pressure to the market and make it go lower, right? Because fear is going to continue. But we saw these players, we saw these institutions, and it's insane. Thankfully, it didn't have any money in any of them. Didn't have money back then when Terra Luna collapsed, any money on Voyager, any money on BlockFi, any money on Celsius, right? But it is, I mean, super delicate situation, since I know a lot of people lost money and they're going through this difficult pain. But as an industry, I think we're heading into a space of, okay, when are we seeing that bottom? And from what I can tell you is in the 4 hours, as I'm scrolling down right now, I'm looking at the volume and we have a big chunk right here. So people are in a way feeling a little bit maybe frustrated, bored, and they want to see things happening. But guess what? I'm seeing a lot of people selling. Like, these are the times when traders come and they beat down the longs, because longs, as they're buying right now, they're getting sell off immediately, and that's how traders can profit a lot of money. And that's totally fine, because I do that too. It is just a strategy that helps you during these times, right? Let me show you another thing right now. We have the Bitcoin, the 4-year view, moving average that Michael Saylor really showcases and recommends. And for now, we are down that moving average, indicating that it's a time for purchase for anyone who wants. If we go to Bitcoin Rainbow chart, basically a fire sale once again, indicating that is the bottom. It is one of an entry bottom for Bitcoin if you're ever thinking about it, under 900 billion in market capitalization. If I go ahead and the 4 hours, we change it to 1 week, we go ahead and do this, and I add the moving average instead of 30, when we go ahead and change this to 200, we're gonna see that we are already down. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this. We're nicely down because the 200 was at $22,000. So why don't we go ahead and change that to the 300 days, and this is gonna be very close, right? So we have seen Bitcoin right here around the 2017. Here it is, 2020. My apology, 2020. With the pandemic, when it really crashed very sudden, very fast, it went down to roughly $3,600 and it came back up. That was the last time in a very good long time when we reached the 300 moving average for Bitcoin. What does that mean? That historically speaking, reaching to in this case, will be roughly $16,000 could be a possibility, a realistic possibility to start, because people are already forecasting 10,000, 12,000, 8,000 Bitcoin. That ever comes to even remotely close, prepare for the biggest feat or uncertainty and doubt that you've ever seen in crypto. And that will be something to see, something to watch, to be honest with you. But in my opinion, what we're going to be seeing is touching 16,000 sounds really fair, really realistic. Roughly around that time, buyers are not gonna let it go that low, in my opinion. I think we're gonna see maybe possible lower lows as we have other difference. I mean, let's go ahead and talk about the war in Russia. Let's go ahead and talk about inflation. Let's go ahead and talk about the changes in the industry, adding more interest basis points, right, that we've had throughout 2022 to combat inflation. So, to put things in perspective right now, the cryptocurrency market, we've had it through a 180. Basically, we went up early June, came back down right now. Now we're in July. What are we expecting? Still to be seen. But in my opinion, if we continue seeing lower lows, 16,000, 15,000 to start, if we continue seeing other different crypto companies going insolvent, that will add to the fear and, well, more delicious prices for you and for me. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Simple, straightforward, and honest. Have a good one. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Peace.